Moose Jaw Warriors make it interesting late in a tight game against the Tri-City Americans as the Warriors end up falling, though, 7-5 here tonight against Tri-City in a back-and-forth hockey game. It was pretty tight in the first period. Tri-City pulls away a little bit in that second period. They pull away a little bit more early in the third. But then the Warriors battle their way back, show some resiliency late in the hockey game to pull within one. Then an empty netter for Tri-City seals the Warriors' fate here in this one as they fall 7-5. We got plenty to go over here on the post-game show. We'll hear from Warriors head coach Marc O'Leary in a little bit. We'll have your out-of-town scoreboard. The Connexus save of the night, 3 stars, but we'll start with your game scoring summary. And 12 goals to go over here in the game scoring summary, so plenty to talk about in this one. The Warriors started it off with Rylan Kovacevic getting his 10th of the season at 14:30 of that first period, opening the scoring on a nice feed from Owen Berg. A little bit of a give and go between Berg and Kovacevic, and he finishes it off for his 10th of the season. The Americans, though, do respond, and it's Brandon Wynot with his 13th of the year at 19:35, just 25 seconds to go in that first period, getting the Americans on the board and tying the game at 1 after 1. Then it was the Americans striking just 33 seconds into the second period as Carter McAdams gets his 8th of the season and made it a 2-1 game for Tri-City. That really started to get Tri-City rolling in that second period. But Braden Yeager answers back. He gets his 11th of the year, snapping it over the glove of Nathan Preston at 12:10. But the Americans do answer back just 32 seconds later. Max Curran with his 7th of the season, making it a 3-2 lead for the Americans. Then Gavin Garland's 13th of the season at 15:19 on the power play. That made it a 5-2 advantage going in. A 4-2 advantage going into the third period. Then 2 goals early in the third for Tri-City. Austin Ziemiak with its 340 gets his 5th of the season. Then Jordan Gavin at 348 makes it a 6-2 advantage for Tri-City. Warriors do battle back. 3 straight goals. Lyndon Lakovic, his 12th of the season at 11:51. And then Aaron Sawatsky's first Western Hockey League goal at 18:11, followed by Connor Schmidt with 31 seconds to go, getting his 4th of the season to make it a 1-goal hockey game, but the net empty. Tri-City able to slide it in with 5 seconds to go. Carter McAdams, 2nd of the night, 9th of the season, sealing the win for the Tri-City Americans here in this one. We'll take a quick break from the scoring summary, and we'll head down to the Warriors locker room where I'm being joined by head coach Marc O'Leary after tonight's game. And Coach, resiliency shown from your team in the end, but that middle period probably where the game kind of got away from your team. I guess your thoughts on how this one played out.
Yeah, there was long stretches of the game where I thought we were playing pretty well. Really proud of the group, the way that we stuck with it. Would have been easy to shut things down there when we got down in the third period, but I just thought to a man we continued to compete, and that's important in terms of the development process and learning to stick with things when it gets hard. You just keep picking yourself back up and punching back regardless of the circumstances. But it's just those mistakes at costly times. It burnt us tonight, and we have to learn from that.
You mentioned being able to play with Tri-City for stretches. They have a lot of depth, play with a lot of speed. It seemed like, especially in that first period, your team was really able to go back and forth with them here tonight. Did you feel like you guys kept up with the Americans at points?
Yeah, I thought in the first period we generated lots, but it started with our checking. I thought we were on our toes. We were ready to jump. In the second period, I thought we got a little bit slow. We got stuck in the mud in the defensive zone for long stretches of time. Again, we packed things down inside home plate, but when you give a team like that much time to buzz around the outside, eventually they're going to find holes and find seams against a tired group. So I thought that happened a little bit too much in the second, but again, I thought we generated enough scoring chances, enough goals ultimately to win the game, but it was costly turnovers and some miscues defensively that burnt us here tonight.
Aaron Sawatsky is a guy who's kind of been in and out of the lineup and trying to find his footing as a 16-year-old. How nice was it to see him get rewarded and with a goal and maybe a boost of confidence with that one?
Yeah, I'm sure it will boost his confidence, but he's been solid. He's improving. That's all we're asking is better today than you were yesterday, and better again tomorrow than you were today. And that's what Aaron's doing. And it's nice when you get little tickles like that along the way with with a little bit of offense. But he's playing just fine, and it's nice when they get rewarded.
For sure. A couple of days off to kind of rest up and maybe dig yourself out of the snow that we got here today, and then you get back onto another tough test against Swift Current. How do you build off this game now going against the Broncos?
Well, I think we say the same thing after each game. We'll review the good, try to emulate it, and try to learn from the not so good things. But Swift Current's a team that we've played lots here of late. We match up well against them. We just need to continue to compete, continue to manage pucks, check, and win our races and battles. If we do those three things, we can play with anybody, and that's what we plan to do Tuesday.
Thanks for joining us here tonight, and good luck against the Broncos.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you to Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary for jumping on the post-game show here tonight. We'll finish up the game scoring summary. We got through all 12 goals. Shots on goal were 12-11 in favor of the Warriors in that third period. We talked about the second period there with Coach O'Leary. 19-7 in favor of Tri-City. They outscored the Warriors 3-1 in that middle frame, and that ended up being the difference here in this hockey game. 42-33 Tri-City outshooting the Warriors overall here tonight. Power play opportunities. Moose Jaw going 0 for 1. That power play came back in the first period, didn't get another one after that. Tri-City goes 1 for 4 with the man advantage here in this one tonight. Jackson Unger making 35 saves in the loss for Moose Jaw here in this one. So that's the game scoring summary. Let's take a look at your 3 stars of the hockey game. And Braden Yager with a goal and 2 points on the night. He is your third star. Gavin Garland had a goal and 2 points as well on the night. He is your second star for the Tri-City Americans. And Max Curran with a goal and 2 points. He is your first star, the Colorado Avalanche draft pick. Picking up first star honors here in this one tonight. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with your Connexus save of the night and your out-of-town scoreboard to wrap up things here on the IKS Media Warriors Live post-game show. We'll be back next on IKS Media Warriors Live. Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center as we make our way through the Warriors' 7-5 loss here to the Tri-City Americans tonight on Hall of Fame night here as the Warriors inducted Dustin Boyd, Jody Lehman, and the Multiplex Builders, Inc. into the Warriors and Legends Hall of Fame this weekend. Always a special weekend, but the Warriors come up a bit short here in this one, falling 7-5 despite a gutsy effort in that third period to battle their way back into this one. Let's take a look. Jackson Unger was busy between the pipes tonight. Let's take a look at his best save with the Connexus save of the night. Came in the third period. A little bit of a turnover there. Jackson Unger, point blank, makes a nice blocker save, directs it over into the corner. After a turnover in the Warriors' defensive end. Big stop there from the Warriors netminder that allowed the Warriors to come back and get this game within one late in the final minute there, but come up just a bit short in the end here to Moose Jaw. Busy night around the WHL here tonight. Let's take a look at your Sask Lotteries out-of-town scoreboard to finish things up. 8 other games in the WHL as a busy night here. In Brandon, they score 5 in the second and hold on for a 7-3 win over the Swift Current Broncos. Swift Current scoring 3 in the third, 2 of them from Ty Copeland to pull that game a little bit closer than Brandon might have liked there in the third period. In Prince Albert, the Raiders roll over the Regina Pats, scoring 3 in the second, 2 in the third, and pick up a 5-0 win over the Pats up in Prince Albert. The Medicine Hat Tigers and Saskatoon Blades battling back and forth. It is a 2-2 game with both teams scoring twice in the second period. They're heading into the third period there in Medicine Hat. Everett and Kamloops battling it out. Everett scoring 3 in the second. They lead the Blazers 3-2 after 2 periods of play. Wenatchee and Portland tied at 3 after 2 periods of play as well. It's also 3-3 between Red Deer and Victoria through 2 periods. The Seattle Thunderbirds have a 3-2 lead on the Lethbridge Hurricanes after 2, and Spokane leading Vancouver 2-1 after 1. Moving over to the NHL, 15 games in total on a busy Saturday night in the National Hockey League. Some early finals. The Calgary Flames winning in a shootout over the Minnesota Wild. Other action, non-Canadian related. I'll run through these. They're not on the graphic, but I'll give you an update real quick. The Kings beat the Kraken 2-1. The Avalanche knock off the Panthers 7-4. The Golden Knights win 6-2 over the Montreal Canadiens. The Canucks topping the Ottawa Senators 4-3. Bruins beat the Red Wings 2-1. The Stars beat the Lightning 4-2. The Utah Hockey Club winning 6-1 over the Penguins. Crosby, that one goal, scoring his 600th career goal in the NHL. The New Jersey Devils winning 3-2 over the Washington Capitals. The Hurricanes falling to the Blue Jackets 5-4 in a shootout. The Predators topped the Winnipeg Jets 4-1. So tough loss there for Winnipeg in Nashville. The Islanders beating the St. Louis Blues 3-1. Games that are still underway. The Sabres lead the Sharks 3-2 in the third period. The Rangers and Oilers are underway. Late in the first period, it's 2-0 for the Oilers in that one. And another final is the Flyers beating the Blackhawks 3-2 in overtime. So busy night on the hockey ice in the NHL and in the Western Hockey League. You can get all the final scores online at WHL.ca and NHL.com. Warriors falling in this one 7-5 here to wrap up Hall of Fame weekend. We'll have more from Hall of Fame weekend at MJWarriors.ca tomorrow as well to wrap up the weekend and everything that happened here over the past couple of days with the Dustin Boyd, Jody Lehman, and the Multiplex Builders going into the Warriors and Legends Hall of Fame. On the ice, the Warriors falling 7-5 in a tightly contested game against the Tri-City Americans. They'll now look to bounce back when they host the Swift Current Broncos coming up on Tuesday. You can catch all the action on WHL Live and Country 100. If you can't be in the building, tickets are available at mjwarriors.ca. We'll have your pregame and postgame shows on Facebook and YouTube. Pregame starts at 6:45. Thank you for tuning in tonight here on IKS Media Warriors Live.